never thought a single weekend could shatter everything I believed about myself, about love, loyalty, and what I was willing to risk. It was supposed to be a simple trip, a getaway to escape the chaos of the city, a quiet retreat with my closest friend. But in that quiet, something awakened inside me, a force I couldn't control or ignore. And now I'm here, telling you what I never saw coming, what I never wanted to admit. I fell for him. Her brother. The man I was told to stay away from. Let me start from the beginning. I'm a corporate strategist, focused, disciplined, fiercely protective of my reputation. I've always been the loyal friend, the one who keeps her head down and plays by the rules. My best friend Emma, she's like family. We've shared everything, her dreams, her fears, her heartbreaks. But her brother, Daniel, he was always off limits. Twice my age, recently divorced, carrying a pain so raw it was almost tangible. I knew better than to look twice. Until that weekend. It started with a simple dinner, laughter spilling over wine, the kind of ease that makes you forget the world outside. But then, it was the accidental touch, the brush of his hand as he reached for his glass, that sent a jolt through me. An electric moment that made my skin tingle and my heart beat race. I told myself it was nothing, just a fleeting spark. But inside, I knew better. I felt it, the forbidden pull, the undeniable connection that threatened to unravel my carefully constructed life. And that's when I made the worst mistake of my life. I let myself lean in. The next morning, everything changed. A mixture of guilt and longing haunted me. I knew I was crossing a line, but I couldn't stop. That weekend, our stolen moments became a dangerous secret. Every glance, every touch felt like a rebellion against everything I was supposed to stand for. I was supposed to be loyal, professional, untouchable. Instead, I was falling into something that felt more real than anything I'd ever known. But with every stolen moment, the world around me grew colder. Emma's glances, the whispered judgments, the subtle hints, everyone saw what I was trying to hide. I heard the gossip, felt the weight of their criticism. I was betraying her, betraying myself, risking everything I'd built, and yet I couldn't walk away. Here's where it gets harder. Because I knew this wasn't just about them. It was about me, about finding the courage to confront my own fears, my doubts, my longing for something more. I'd spent years hiding behind my career, my independence, believing I didn't need anyone's approval. But Daniel, with his scars and his pain, made me realize I'd been living in a cage I'd built myself, that I was capable of more than just following rules. And so, I made a choice. A choice to fight for us. I threw myself into my work, channeling the chaos into my projects. I refused to let the whispers define me. Every day was a battle against judgment, against my own guilt. But I stood my ground because I knew that true strength wasn't about avoiding risk. It was about facing it head on. Now, I want to ask you if you're feeling this. If you're listening to my story and thinking about your own fears and forbidden truths, like this video. Share it if you believe in the power of following your heart, even when the world says you shouldn't. Because sometimes The greatest victory lies in daring to love beyond the boundaries others set for us. And here's the truth I've come to own. I don't need their approval anymore. I've learned that my happiness, my authenticity, is worth more than any reputation. Daniel and I, we fought against the odds. We faced the judgments, the heartbreak, the loneliness of betrayal. But in that struggle, I discovered something vital: my own resilience. My capacity to love fiercely, to stand tall in the face of adversity. And today, I stand stronger than ever because I chose myself. I chose love that was forbidden, love that was risky, love that demanded everything I had. And in doing so, I found my freedom. I found my voice. I found that the boundaries I once believed in were only illusions I created to keep myself safe. Safe from what? From heartbreak? From judgment? From the impossible? No. I see that the only real risk is not loving at all. So, if you're out there, feeling trapped by your own fears, remember this: your happiness is worth fighting for. Your truth is worth speaking. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, because sometimes the greatest victory is simply daring to live your truth, even if it costs you everything. And I promise, when you do, when you finally take that leap, you'll realize that love isn't about avoiding pain. It's about embracing it, knowing that on the other side, there's a strength, a peace, a happiness that's worth every sacrifice. This is my story, and I hope it inspires you to fight your own courage. Like, share, subscribe if this resonated with you, because your journey to your truth starts now. And trust me, the best stories are the ones where you finally step into the light unafraid. Because I did, and I never looked back.